Cheryl, I hear a lot about credit card processing, merchant services, and talking about all the fees and all the different ways I get charged. I don't understand any of it. Is there a way you can break it down for me so I understand what I'm paying?
Sure there is. There's a process I go through. I call it Credit Card Processing 101, just to kind of help people understand the different categories and how everything works in the merchant services world. So we'll start with the two different categories of merchant services. There's what's called retail and what our industry refers to as MODO. Years ago that meant mail order, telephone order. Now it means more all of that, anything that's not standard retail, standing in front of you swiping the card. Today we're going to talk about retail just because we're going to make it easy today. There'll be other videos talking about all the other different categories. From there, there's two different types of rates that you have. Interchange, you'll hear that terminology occasionally, and also tiered pricing. Today, we're going to talk about tiered pricing. We'll get into interchange in another video later on. Okay, inside the tiered pricing, there's basically different categories of the types of cards that are out there today. Keep in mind, there's hundreds and hundreds of different types of cards between Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. We're going to talk about just categories of those cards today. The category we're going to start with is what's called check card. Okay, this is a debit card ran as a credit card. This is what the majority of the people are doing today. They have debit cards, they walk in, you can ask them, do you want to use your debit card as a credit card? Most people opt to do that. They don't want to leave their 4-digit PIN numbers. Okay, check card rates, because of the Durbin Act, and again, that'll be another video that we talk about, but because of that, this range now in today's world is ranging anywhere from 0.99% up to about 1.68%. Okay, again, want to repeat that Verde Valley Business Resource, working with Central Payment, offers a lifetime guarantee. We sit down and work with each individual client to figure out the best plan for them. Just giving you ranges today. Okay, the next category is what's called a qualified rate. Qualified is a standard credit card. This is a credit card that doesn't have any rewards cards attached to it. It isn't a government card or a corporate card. It's just a standard credit card. No funny stuff associated with it. This ranges anywhere from about a 1.5 as high as and up to about a 2% or more sometimes. Just depends again on what you're at and who set you up and the range that they thought you were in at the time. Next category is a mid-qualified. Mid-qualified transactions are those lovely rewards cards. So, if you're getting airline miles, cruise line miles, any of all that, cashback bonuses, any of that, that's what's called a mid-qualified or a rewards card. Those range somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 1.98 as high as about 3.98. Okay, so again, it depends on who you're processing with, several different other options in the middle of all that. The next category, non-qualified transactions. These are government cards and corporate cards. So if you're working with business to business, sometimes you'll fall into those non-qualified categories. Those start and range anywhere from about a 2.99 up to as high as about a 4.5. Okay, so that's how the different categories are divvied up when you're doing tiered pricing. So depending on the type of card, it'll fall into this category. So that's why you'll see a range ranging from here to here. That's why it's very difficult to figure out what your overall bundled percentage will be. In the retail world, you're going to want to look to be somewhere for all of these transactions. You're going to want to look to put in a range that's comfortable with you, and then something you can put into your pricing somewhere around the neighborhood of a 3% is what credit card processing should cost you with all your additional fees and everything. So that's what you call rates. Then you go into what's called a transaction fee. And your transaction fee ranges anywhere from as low as about 8 to 10 cents all the way up to about 30 cents. Again, depending on the type of business, depending on the number of transactions you have, that's why it's important to sit down and talk to somebody with experience so that they know how to look at what you're doing and calculate the best plan for your business. You know, if I put everybody into a category that just dropped everybody into a rate category, then I'm not taking the time to figure out with them what's going to help their business. So that's why you need to build the relationship with your agent, have them do the work for you so that you can come up and establish a procedure and a plan and a rate program that works best for your business. So in our next videos, we're going to go through some of the other fixed fees and stuff like that, interchange rates, e-commerce rates, and all of that. But that's pretty much Credit Card Processing 101.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. That helps a lot.